on? How's everybody doing today? Today we are going to have a well, I'm not really sure what we're going to have. I've been working on the Subaru today. I couldn't really shoot it because the camera's battery was dead. So I was just working away on it, getting the rear fenders, the lip rolled so I have something to weld the new over fenders onto. So let's go actually take a look at that right now. These rolled lips on these fenders, on the rear fenders, actually almost cover the tire. I mean, they are like so close. But I'm not really sure they'll be considered legal. Well, that's not good, so therefore I have to go with the fender, making fender flares. Which isn't a bad thing, it's just time consuming and I don't really have a whole lot of time recently. I've been working for a company and doing a lot of work, and I just haven't had time to put into the projects like I want to. So I'm going to get these rolled. I'm welding up the body seam on them so that they are not going to be having an issue of letting water into the car. And then we're going to start working on the over fenders a little bit later. My goal is to at least get to take the car for a test drive this weekend, so that way I can figure everything out, figure out what's up with it. I'm going to do a basic string alignment on it. Oh, sorry, camera's off angle. I'm going to do a basic string alignment on the car, and we're going to get it out on the road and get it at least test driven. Make sure everything works still. Make sure there's nothing that needs, attention immediately. Sorry if it's a little bit shaky. I'm on the handheld camera. Shop's a big mess this week. Been in and out of it all week long, running errands. Tuesday I spent on the road 9 hours doing a job for a customer. Which isn't a long day, but it was all driving there for an hour and then back. All to get some parts for a project for a customer, and it is what it is. You gotta do the work that needs done. So the goal is to work on this some more tonight. I'm gonna put the camera up, get a little bit of the time spent doing that because I've got it charged up now, and then we're going to work on getting a test drive in on it. You guys will go along for the ride on that one. I'll be doing more of a play-by-play commentary because I want to get my reaction to the car down on camera. I haven't driven it really. I drove it up the hill and back just to make sure everything worked. I still got clearance the front fenders a little bit. At full lock, it's just a little bit of rubbing. It's not catching on the tire, but it's just rubbing against the tire. So I gotta get that done and this done, and these rear fenders at least sealed up so I don't get a whole bunch of water in the body. So we'll go ahead and get finished up with this part, and then we'll work on the front tires next. Talk to you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so we're back. It's not the prettiest looking modifications of this car, but this car is pretty bad. I cleaned up a lot of rust off of it, and well, as you can see, there's a reason why it has a salvage title. On top of the accident, I discovered quite a bit of Bondo in this back corner, and then the rust. Well, I found this a while ago, so I'm just not really caring about how pretty certain things are. I've already beaten the crap out of this body, and I know it's not perfect, and I'll get around to really modifying and repairing all the rust damage later. But for right now, I just want it back on the road and drivable, so that way we can start having some fun with it. I mean, we're heading into summer. It needs to be done, or at least to be able for me to have some fun. Gambler 500 is a month away at this point, so about 4 weeks. So we really got to get this going. So sorry guys, but I'm gonna hack it together a little bit. I mean, it won't look bad once it's ground down and cleaned up, but it's not gonna be that perfect show quality that I really want. But then again, you know, this chassis itself is not perfect show quality chassis. So I mean, I can put the effort in and make modifications and repairs, and I will do it. I'm gonna save a little bit of time right now, and I'm gonna glance over some things and do them in a way to where it's easier for me to take it apart later. So I'll be right back to you guys. And we're back, and plans have changed a little bit. I've got the fenders rolled out enough, and they barely cover those tires, and the rear bumpers zip tied back in place for right now. I haven't had a chance to add the over fenders yet. It's raining, and well, my welder's not liking that. And I got shocked once and not feeling it again. Right about the time you get shocked by the welder bad enough your hand goes numb, you know it's time to quit for the day. At least, especially if it's raining. That's positive. So we're gonna take this thing for its first test drive. I'll set the camera up, and you guys are gonna get my reaction to the car, raw and uncut. Okay, maybe cut if I swear. I might get angry. But who knows? I'm excited. This doesn't happen very often. So I'll get the camera set up real quick, and we'll go for a test drive. See you guys in a minute. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be my very realistic reaction to my car. As you guys know, I've been putting it together for a little while, and this is first trip down the road since I put the big lift on it and the big tires. I need to settle the suspension down so that way I can measure up and make sure everything's square still after my very crude alignment. We're just going to go around town, test it on a couple of hills, see how everything works. So, here we go. Actually, we're going to go straight for one of the big hills. Worse than it was. I need to be able to see. I mean, it's definitely slower than it was, but let's just let it do its thing. I need to stop and get some fuel real quick, because well, it's been sitting long enough and it was out of fuel when I parked it. So. So good. I mean, it's not a powerhouse, but it wasn't a powerhouse before. This car's not going to set a land speed record, that's for sure. But, you know, I didn't build it for that. If I was building it for that, I'd have built it very differently. So I'm going to pull over, get some fuel real quick, and then we will go from there. See you guys in a minute. And I'm back. Doing some driving around town, going over some of the bumps. That's probably one of the more difficult gas stations to get in and out of in town. We're about to come up here. Oh yeah, this one should be a piece of cake in comparison. Car's actually doing really well. It's kind of surprising. Oh, found a little bump rub. And that was, you know, I hit the end right there too. Okay, so we got a couple of spots to work out on. Nothing bad though. I mean, I think the automatic transmission is making up for quite a bit. We're going to run this up the hill, and we're going to actually try and hit some speed up that big hill heading out of town here in a minute. So, hopefully it goes well. Hoping. Won't know until we try it. I wish I had more cameras. A couple of people already had some really good reactions to this thing. I figure it this way. If this car goes up the big hill heading out of the town I live in at 50 miles an hour, it'll go down the freeway at 70 miles an hour. So it's a pretty good, long, drawn-out hill. And it generally is a good indicator of where you're going to be at on the freeway. I think the automatic transmission is the key to this car actually being able to move itself decently. I just got to remember to add about 20% to however fast my speedometer says I'm going. Because these tires are about a little over 20% larger than the tires I had on it. There it goes. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. A little bit bigger motor, maybe some more torque, some different cams. This thing will be good to go. Yeah, I'm liking it. I don't think the wheels are balanced very well though. Give everything a once-over once we get back to the shop. Definitely got some shimmying going on. But with these wheels, I've been told to be aware of that. If whoever you have balance the tires doesn't do it right. got up to freeway speed, you know, as long as I'm cruising along, if it stays like that, that won't be that bad. I mean, it's just a little bit of flutter. And I mean, considering I'm running a tire 6 inches taller than I was, and they're on a lug-centric wheel that's hard to balance and everything, that won't be bad at all. Now, the whole point of this little test drive is to go over everything and make sure I've got it figured out. So we get, we gotta get the rear suspension width at full settle figured out. We also have to get the suspension dialed in, toe and stuff like that, which is part of this. And I need to know how big these flares really need to be on the back. Now, after looking it over and what I've done so far, I think I've got an idea, and I'm going to have to get some different sheet metal in order to do it. So, we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know once I get it figured out. I'm going to just, you know, keep running the car about the way it is for right now for a little bit. Get it back on the road, get the fluids done. We need to get this car, you know, up and ready for winter, or for the summer Gambler 500, which they've changed a little bit now. So I have to register for it online early, which that's nothing big. I'll just, you know, pay for my registration and be done, and we'll be, you know, good to go. Other than that, that was a pretty productive test drive. We know how the car is going to handle a little bit. I gotta check, you know, my wheel alignment and stuff like that. You know, just around town, it's actually not that bad. I'm interested to see how it is on the freeway, and, you know, in passing gears, and then, well, then we have the hills to worry about, which that'll make life interesting for sure. But, you know, for normal driving though, it's got a couple of little rubs where, you know, I'm going in and out of parking lots and stuff like that, and I'm hitting bumps. But I think part of that is the front winch is a very heavy setup on the car right now. And we're done. The car is, well, it's right behind me. Fresh back from its maiden test drive. It runs and drives good, like it used to. It doesn't drive like it used to by any stretch of the imagination. The test drive was very informative. It showed me a couple of weak spots we've got to work out. We've got a little bit of rubbing on the driver's side inner fender where I thought it was. Now that's primarily a heavy articulation because a couple of the ramps I went up and over, I hit them in a way to make the suspension articulate as much as possible and at full lock, so that way I could find those rub spots. But as you can see, we made it back safe and sound. The rear fenders are by no means done. They are stretched enough to cover the tire enough to hopefully keep me from getting pulled over today, which, hey, I didn't get pulled over, otherwise you would have gotten that on the video. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the videos. I hope you feel like liking and subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you don't like what I'm doing, feel free to leave a dislike. I mean, free world. So, anyway, I hope everybody enjoys and have a nice day. Bye.